appreciate that you guys came out to talk about such an interesting topic as shipping. I know everyone is most excited about shipping. We get that a lot. Yeah, so today I want to talk about, so I'm going to see if that works. Okay, doesn't seem to work, but give me a show of hands of who here runs a hardware company. Who else has something to ship? Awesome. What do the other people do who don't run hardware companies? Everyone's here doing hardware. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to talk today. I'm going to talk about crowdfunding and how to ship your stuff out while doing a crowdfunding campaign. Then I'm going to talk about more general stuff, shipping for e-commerce in general. As soon as you've gotten out of the crowdfunding status, like what happens next. Since this is such a small and intimate setting, please interrupt me anytime if I'm talking about things that are not relevant to you guys, or if you have any questions, anything that seems strange or off, anything that needs further explanation, just let me know. Oh, it works now. Perfect. Cool. So, I guess this is something you guys know better than I do. So, whenever you develop a new product, like you put it on a crowdfunding platform. That's Kickstarter, Indiegogo, any other crowdfunding platform. Most of these crowdfunding platforms don't have shipping integrated into their systems. So that's something that might come as a surprise later on when you need to ship your first batch of products out. Most people don't think about that because setting up a crowdfunding campaign is already a lot of work, and then shipping is something that comes by surprise afterwards. And I want to help mitigate that moment of surprise that happens later on. So after shipping out your first batch of products after the crowdfunding campaign, many successful campaigns go on in their life cycle to set up an actual e-commerce store to keep selling those products online. And for those e-commerce stores, shipping then again is a different beast. It's happening at a bigger scale. It's happening more randomly, so it's not happening at the end of the crowdfunding campaign, it's happening every single day when an order comes in, so I'm going to address that as well. Okay, so when you set up your campaign, most people, as I said, most people don't think about shipping the moment they get started. Shipping is something that comes when you need to send out the perks. So before you send out, or before you set up the perks, I would recommend to not overpromise on different perks. So I know a lot of people try to combine different perks and there are different stages of perks. The more variations there are in terms of perks, the more difficult it becomes with shipping later on. So our recommendation here would be keep it simple. Shipping or your crowdfunding campaign is going to be very complicated already. Keep it to a small set of physical items that you want to ship out afterwards. Not too many different sizes, not too many different variations, just one or two different tiers if possible. And a lot of crowdfunding campaigns, they want to open up their crowd to as many people as possible. That's kind of a no-brainer. But then at the same time, people don't think about what happens with shipping afterwards. Shipping to international customers can be a quite complicated challenge. You have to deal with customs documents, you have to deal with address validations in different countries, you have to figure out how much it'll cost to do international shipping, which can be significantly more expensive than domestic shipping, of course. And then international customers sometimes need to wait a lot longer for their items to be delivered, and end-to-end tracking is not always available. So there is also a customer service overhead, keeping the customer updated about why this will take longer to arrive and where the package is currently located. Any questions so far? So when we look at shipping, and when I say not too many different perks, it's because combining, putting the perks into an actual package affects the different package sizes and the different package weight. So when we look at shipping costs, there are a couple of factors that weigh into this that affect shipping price. So carriers, they charge you in terms of speed. They want to know if you select the fast shipping, the ground shipping, that's going to be different. That's going to be priced differently. But then also the size and weight, of course, the to and from address. All these matters when we look at shipping costs. So there are different ways. So before you figure out what to ship out, like I would recommend looking at what the box size will be, like what kinds of perks will fit into what kinds of box size, and then also figure out where you're going to be shipping from. Like it might seem you might be located here, but your warehouse is in a different area, so like figure out where your warehouse is and also understand where your top customers will be located. Like get a survey, get something simple out to understand if your customers, in which areas your customers are before you set up the different shipping rates. Before you ship out your first batch, a couple of things to consider here is like between people signing up to back your campaign and you getting your actual item out, a longer time might have elapsed. So during that time, some people might have moved. And to like avoid confusion, avoid frustration, like it's always safer to give the customers a heads up, ask them if they changed their addresses, to really like make sure you still have the right address on file. That's something like if customers have waited for a couple of months already, they don't want to see their package being delivered to the wrong address, even if it's not your fault. Just to make sure that like your customer is still located where they told you they'd be. And to get that done, like a simple survey will be fine. But then there are also address validation tools that you can use online for free, where you can plug in your addresses and really like verify that this is a correct address. Because if you plug in incorrect addresses, you might need to pay for returns, you might need to pay additional fees when shipping providers bring the package back undelivered. Other ways to keep your shipping costs low is to use consolidators. So instead of shipping everything out one by one, you can ship it out in a batch. Consolidators are different kinds of shipping providers or different kinds of service levels. There's something called UPS Mail Innovation, DHL e-commerce, FedEx SurePost. All of these are different service levels compared to what you could get at the local FedEx store or the local UPS store. But it will lower your shipping costs significantly. So it's just really understanding which service level to choose. Instead of just walking into a physical FedEx location, I would recommend going online and figuring out like if shipping consolidators are something you could do. Shipping consolidators have one downside, and that is that they will take a little longer than if you just bring it to a physical FedEx location. And that will be anything between 6 and 10 days. Just to like give you an understanding of how shipping consolidators work, they typically take all of your items at once and then they bring it to a sorting facility, and from there USPS or another shipping provider does the last mile. So that's why it will take longer, because they bring it to a warehouse and then sort it again. They typically bring it to a warehouse that's closer to your customer. And tracking information is one way to get the backers really excited and engaged again. So tracking is like just the tracking update that you send while the package is in transit. So you can keep your customer updated about UPS has just been picking up your package, UPS has just brought it to their warehouse, it's on its way. You can even tell your customer that how long it will take for the package to get to their doorstep. And that's something that the shipping providers do in an automated way for you. So you don't have to write these emails yourself. You can just connect the tracking status to Twilio or to MailChimp and send out these notifications to your customers in an automated manner. And we always recommend to ship the first batch of packages out yourself. Like some people want to outsource this to a third-party warehouse. Yes?
What do you mean by the first batch?
Yeah, so the first 100 packages, that's a great experience for you to have yourself, to really understand what amount of packages will be returned, what challenges might happen on the way, like from your location to the end customer's location, before you outsource it to a third-party warehouse that might take care of that for you. So I think it's a good experience to have really understanding what might go wrong with your shipments or what is going well. So I have a couple of stats here. How much shoppers actually care about shipping at checkout. So like there are 11 different things that shoppers care about, and the 3 most important factors here are all shipping related. So 81% of people care about free shipping options. 63% of people want to see an estimate around the delivery cost and the delivery date as early as possible. I think we can send the slides around later. And then 62% of people, they want a guaranteed delivery date. So people want to know by when their item is going to get there. And then a little bit lower, 43% of people want to see flat rate shipping options. So that's what I just mentioned. They don't want to be surprised by a variable cost at checkout. They want to know in advance that it will always be $5 or always be $10. And then also interesting, 35% of people want to get multiple shipping options. So they're willing to pay for faster shipping to get their item faster. And then also interesting, the other way around, shipping is also the #1 reason for cart abandonment at checkout. So people close the tab when they see that shipping costs are higher than they actually expected. And
so you lose the sale?
Yeah, you lose the sale. Yeah, and that's almost 60% of people who see an additional cost factor at checkout that they didn't anticipate and therefore just leave. It's very interesting. It's one of the reasons why Amazon places such an emphasis on shipping. And it's actually self-enforcing. Amazon teaches more people to expect free and fast shipping, more people expect that, and more people and other retailers need to follow suit, even if they don't have the scale or don't have the technology to provide what Amazon does.
Yeah, and there's an interesting thing related to this one. I was talking to a guy who did sales for Canyon, it's the German bike brand, and they're famous to be the first who started doing direct sale within in the bike industry. And they used to charge for shipping. At one point they said, let's try to experiment and add the shipping cost to the cost of the bike. And they saw sales dropping, like 20%, something totally crazy. And they said, so what's going on? And they finally found out that people wanted to be able to separate the value of the bike they were buying from the cost of shipping. And they were like, well, I see this cost is the same, $3,000. And here the shipping is included, so how much is shipping? I don't really know. So am I paying more, or do I not have the actual idea of what's the value of the bike? And the shipping, and they tried in different markets and the same happened, so they went back to do what they were doing before. I think it depends on the kind of good and the kind of, it's complicated. What kind of
I have a slide on that later as well, but I
nice.
totally agree that it depends on the kind of good. I think, so, I mean...
Does it depend on the cart amount?
So, I mean, the one example I had later on was, so if you're buying a generic good, something that you can easily get on many other sites, people will go and see if they can get it on Amazon as well, if other people offer a similar good for free shipping. So if the good is generic and easily replaceable with something else, free shipping plays an important factor. Also, if it's a very cheap item, so let's say it's only $5 and shipping would be another $5. And psychologically, that makes a difference if shipping doubles the costs. If we're talking about something that's luxury and high-end and very unique, and it's already a couple $100, and then you add another $10 shipping, people might even be willing to pay more for shipping to get it insured. Yes.
While we're talking about customers, my last company was in e-retail. So the other interesting thing to watch out for as a hardware company shipping stuff is if your package doesn't get there, it will be your fault. Not UPS's and FedEx's and USPS's, and it sucks. You have to deal with all the customer support of that. So coming back to your point of shipping it to yourself and testing it, do that a lot.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. It's interesting for us as well, because if the package doesn't get there, the customer blames the merchant and the merchant blames us, even though it's not us.
There's a lot of customer fraud too, that if you don't track it, even sometimes we do track it, the customer's will claim that they didn't receive it back.
Yes, so that's why, so there are a couple of options to work with that. You can use signature, if it's really valuable, you can request signature upon delivery. and then someone needs to sign for it. Unfortunately, that comes with a little bit of extra work, so the customer needs to be at home, and that can be frustrating because shipping providers, I really don't understand why, but they haven't figured out that people need to work between 9 and 5. So like they try to deliver it to your home multiple times just in the middle of the day. You can reroute the package to wherever the person works. So there is a way for like an additional cost to change the delivery address. So I would say like tracking is a great way to, like if the tracking status says it has been delivered, it's something you can, like the customer is always right, unfortunately, but it's at least a point of evidence. Sometimes items get stolen in the building. That's another option, how like the package got there but wasn't received by the customer.
We have a lot of cases where people, there are signatures, whether in their name or some random person's name, and they still expect us to send another one.
Yeah, I guess that's a judgment call, you know, whether you want to believe the customer or you want to.
Yeah, so just in terms of a time check, let's keep things moving a bit.
Cool. So yeah, I wanted to talk about like what shipping options we can offer, like free shipping, flat rate shipping, and how these options look like. Because free shipping is not actually free, someone needs to pay for it, and it shouldn't come out of your margins. So yeah, like one shipping option that we've already discussed is flat rate shipping. It's really convenient, and it's just very simple and convenient, and it keeps shipping costs as predictable as possible. So people like won't abandon shopping cart at the end of the purchase because they know in advance that shipping is always $10. So like that sets the customer expectations right already, like from the beginning of the purchase. So we see that people offer just free shipping for everything, and then some people offer flat rate shipping for everything, and some people offer flat rate shipping at a certain minimum order. Flat rate shipping is also something you can offer as like an incentive. So you can say for this week or for this month we have flat rate shipping, and normally it's not a flat rate shipping. Normally we don't offer flat rate shipping. The way how we would recommend like calculating flat rate shipping, this is a screenshot from our interface. You can use any interface, doesn't need to be ours. What we do is we look at like a sample size of the orders that we've sent out and we add them all together. We divide them by how many orders they were, and then here we have $5.80. I would say we'd mark that up to be $6 or $7 in terms of flat rate, just to be on the safer side. Always just add a little bit more in addition to what the average actually is. And then free shipping, it's a great way to increase conversions, but then like unfortunately free shipping isn't free, so it needs to come out somewhere. So what we like, obviously there are different ways to offer free shipping. Either you offer free shipping for every single purchase. That is an okay way to do it, but it's probably going to eat into your margins. Like one thing that's working really well for our customers is to offer free shipping as an incentive to buy more on that store. So you say you offer free shipping if you purchase anything north of $99 or $100. That actually incentivizes people to add more stuff to their shopping cart to reach that threshold. And then free shipping, you can also offer that as an option. So you offer free shipping and then expedited shipping that will cost a little more money. And I will go into all of these different options with a separate slide. Yeah, so to offer free shipping for every single item, like you just take the flat shipping fee that we've calculated on that other slide, and you add it like on top of your item cost, and you just offer that as the like total cost to your customers. So you don't break down that the item is actually $10 and shipping is $2. You say this is $12 and it's free shipping. It makes a little bit of it makes a psychological difference, but we just want to make sure that like you don't offer the item for $10 and just take the $2 out of the margins. And what we just talked about is important in this case as well. So if we're shipping something, if we're selling something that's low value, like making a product that's typically $10, $15, just to offer free shipping might backfire. If other people see the same product at another store for $10 and then like it's not free shipping, psychologically again that makes a difference and they'll buy it there, even though overall like the two products cost like are the same in terms of cost overall. And then free shipping over a certain order value. So the interesting stat here is that 93% of customers are willing to take some sort of action to qualify for free shipping. That means that they're willing to add other items to their checkout process, that they're willing to buy additional items from your store in order to qualify for free shipping. And so I think that's a great way to just incentivize people to buy more. It's a great way to have free shipping as an option, but not have free shipping as a default. And one thing to keep customers to make sure that customers do actually go back and buy more stuff is when they're at checkout, tell them you're missing X amount of money, or you're missing X amount of money to qualify for free shipping. Do you want to add this item, or other people have bought this item in addition to this, and then you qualify for free shipping. And then last but not least, free shipping can be one of many options at checkout. So you can offer free shipping in addition to faster shipping that people are then willing to pay for. So people can choose to go with the lower shipping tier that takes longer time, and get free shipping, while other people might want to get their item faster and are then willing to pay the shipping costs in addition to their product. Just to go back, the stat I forgot is 83% of customers are willing to wait up to 2 days longer for their products if that comes with free shipping. So if they pay for shipping, they're expecting shipping to happen faster. So shipping options is something that customers care about, especially if it's something that could qualify as a Christmas present or any other present. People want to be able to pay for shipping in order to get their item by a certain deadline. Different customers have different kinds of needs. Maybe you're selling a product that people want to that people need tomorrow. Maybe you're selling a product that I don't know, people want to give as a birthday present. So this is how Amazon does, this is how Amazon offers different shipping options. So they have multiple options at checkout that people can click on, and then you can pay extra to get the one-day shipping, and you can get everything else for free. And if you choose the extra no rush shipping, you actually get a $6 credit in Amazon Prime, in Pantry Prime. And another interesting thing here to notice that people are not Amazon is not quoting you that this will take 2 days and then leave it at that. They tell you at which day it will arrive. So you actually you do the thinking for the customer. Instead of saying this will arrive within 2 days, you tell them this will arrive by Thursday. Back to tracking. It's a great way to keep customers happy while they're waiting for their product. And it's a great way to just make sure that customers are updated along the journey of the package. So customers start expecting or start calculating transit times the moment that they click buy. They're not aware that you still need to put it in a box, that someone still needs to come pick it up. Their expectation is you set 2 days, 2 days from now. And it's a little unreasonable, but it's just something customers expect. So I would send out a tracking status immediately, tell them it's being packaged, and then the tracking status starts updating itself. The tracking update will come when it's in transit, when it hits certain warehouses, when it's out for delivery, and customers really know what to expect. They don't get surprised if something's delayed, because the tracking update will tell them as well that it's delayed. And almost 70% of customers expect a tracking number within 24 hours when they click buy. if you have a product that takes a little bit longer for picking and packing and putting it into a box, I would just like communicate that up front and let the customers, and add like a day or two to the estimated transit time. Okay, so even though we seem to be living in an on-demand economy where people are super impatient, like the survey says that customers are actually willing to wait up to 7 days for their delivery. So that also means like you don't need to pay the super fast shipping like a normal ground delivery option will do. And that will make free shipping or flat rate shipping much more reasonable than if you decide to go with like 1 day or 2 day shipping. And yeah, that's an interesting note as well. So customers, when customers don't get tracking updates, they often write into your customer support. They want to know where the package is. So instead of having them writing into your support center, like that tracking status, that notification will help save your support reps time as well. Cool. So a quick recap. So shipping, free shipping, or shipping in general is something that customers look for at checkout. It's one of the main reasons customers drop out of the buying process. And there are a couple of ways like you can offer free shipping or a more predictable shipping option to your customer. One way is to do flat rate shipping, and that's a great way to just communicate your shipping costs up front. There are no surprises. It's always $10, it's always $5, whatever the right average is. You can offer free shipping, and you can even offer free shipping as a way to increase your sales. So only offer free shipping when customers hit a certain threshold. And then you can also give both free shipping and like shipping for a certain fee, for a flat fee, to be able to offer different kinds of shipping options. That actually opens up, like, makes your store more attractive to customers with a diverse set of needs. So customers who are willing to wait get free shipping, customers who need it immediately are willing to pay that $10 extra. And tracking is a great way to communicate with your customer. You can keep them happy the entire time. It increases repeat purchase as well. It's something that it's just something delightful that goes a long way. Cool. I think that was it. Oh, a little bit about Shippo. So I mean, why I'm qualified to talk about this. I used to work at a fintech startup a couple years ago, and fintech was great, but I was looking to do something on the site, and e-commerce seemed like a great sidekick. So I built a little e-commerce store on Shopify, and that went fairly well until I was standing in line at the post office. I was looking for something that's either Stripe for shipping or Kayak for shipping, so something that would help me compare different shipping rates, help me retrieve shipping labels automatically, and couldn't find anything similar to that. So me and my co-founder built Stripe for shipping. We called it Shippo. And it's a multi-carrier API that connects e-commerce stores to a network of different shipping providers. We have a dashboard built on top of it. We help you compare shipping rates. We help you buy shipping labels. We help you send tracking updates. And we ship a bunch of hardware as well. Cool.